for December the 3rd. Out of respect, I would ask that everybody take off their hats and turn off any electronic devices. Is there anybody recording the meeting this morning? One?
Sorry.
Okay. Okay. Okay, we'll stand and have a moment of silence for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we've got an approval for the minutes of the Board of Directors workshop for 11/5/2019. Are there any corrections to the minutes? If not, we'll assume the minutes are correct as written
Where are the minutes? Where are the minutes?
in your packet.
I didn't see it.
Should be right after the first page.
It just says approval of the minutes. Were approved as submitted.
They were in our packet.
They're in your agenda pack,
That's what I got.
but that's the
That's-
minutes underneath. It's minutes. Second page, third page,
Yeah,
in.
okay. Sorry about that.
So, okay, the minutes are approved as read. Correspondence, Ms. Webster.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I hope you're all keeping warm. We could all maybe relocate to the islands for a few days. Okay, to the Board of Directors of Brookridge. My name is Nancy Kundal, co-chairperson for the Ladies of Brookridge Bingo Bash. On behalf of the ladies of the Brookridge Club, we would like to use the North and South Hall and kitchen for the Bingo Bash, March the 28th, 2020. We would like permission to open it to the public. All proceeds go to the Scholarship Fund for Hernando County High School seniors. We will need to set up at about 7:15 a.m. on March the 28th. Doors will open at 8:30 for bingo players. Games start at 10 a.m. and should end around 3 p.m. Thank you, Nancy Kundal. I make a motion to accept this.
I believe the date is March 21st.
There was a misnomer, and we thought we would have to change it to the 21st, but we worked with the golf club, and we were able to continue to have it as we originally scheduled on the 28th. So it will be March the 28th, 2020. And I make a motion to accept.
I'll second.
Second by Rosemary. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. General Manager's report.
Good morning. The 2020 assessment invoices will be mailed out the week of December 3rd. You may pay monthly $45, quarterly $135, or annually $540. A reminder, if you process your monthly assessments by auto pay, please update to $45 from $43 to avoid a past due late fee. A big thank you to Jackie McCabe and all the volunteers who hosted the Fall Neighborhood Garage Sale. which resulted in a $1,570 donation to the donated funds account. The annual package will be mailed out next month. Be sure to have your mailing address updated to at the Hernando County Property Appraiser's Office. That's the address we're legally obligated to mail them to. The previous month's board motion was for a CERT reimbursement of storage costs approved to be paid from the reserves. The last payments for installing the wainscoting were posted to the donated funds, but can be included in the total cost report on the floor project. As of the attached report, all expenses incurred for the floor project are listed. And as you can see, the two items that were in question, $700 and $600, they lead with the letters of DON, which is the designation from the donated funds account, and the rest are all from the reserves account. If the board just wanted to have it all for reporting purposes, there it is. But if you want to transfer it, I need to submit a motion at the next meeting to transfer the expenses from donated to reserves. At this time, we won't deal with the motion. I'll let the board decide and get back to me. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ray. Unfinished business, there is none. Our new business is our sealed bid sale of the 14371 D Haven. Yes, we received 3 bids. Okay, our first bid. All right, the first bid was Mr. Tryon for $36,200. Minimum bid on the property was $35,000.
Could you spell the last name for me?
It is Tryon, Tryan, Kenneth Tryon.
And they bid again?
36,200.
Thank you.
The second bid was from Cecil Young for $40,104.
That bid was for $46,000. That's our friend.
Okay, and the third bid was from Betty Dyer, D-Y-E-R, and it was for $46,000. So the bid would go to Betty Dyer. We got a motion to approve the bid of $46,000
I'll second it.
From Betty Dodd.
from Buddy Dyer. Seconded by Ken, say Jack. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passed. Thank you. Thank you for those who bid on the property. And congratulations, Betty.
And she's gonna rehab that house totally.
Awesome. Okay, we have the next order of business is the past due account suspensions by Rosemary.
The topic is account suspension. The recommendation is to approve suspension of past due accounts. The proposed motion is to approve the listed account numbers that are past due more than 90 days. Suspension of privileges will be imposed 7 days after the board's decision and will continue until accounts are made current in accordance with Florida Statute 720-305. Upon approval, the association must notify the parcel owner and, if applicable, the parcel's occupant, licensee, or invitee by mail or hand delivery. The account numbers are 220-032, 221-016, 337-041, 339-015, 339-016, 339-017, 35002, 466020B, 466021, 46690026, 470017, 470018, and 635009. In accordance with the Florida statutes, these account numbers are past due more than 90 days. Suspension of privileges will be imposed on 12/10/19 until the accounts are made current. Motion? Yes.
The account number 339017A.
Yeah.
You didn't say A.
I didn't say it?
No.
Okay. It's 339017A.
Two others. Correct, the two others. Did anyone else get you?
I saw it, so.
The other two corrections are 469026 and 478018.
Yes.
My question is, this reference, FS 720.305,
Yes.
is that mandatory 90 days before we can assess a penalty?
I'm not sure about the 90 days, but that is what we do here.
Then
Yeah.
my question would be is that if we do 90 days and then we don't oppose it until 7 days after, that's almost 100 days before we can penalize these offenders. Is there any way that we can shorten that time?
Because it has to go through our attorneys, no. We have to go based on their,
But it's impossible to change the time frame.
right at the moment, it is impossible to change the time.
I think it's a little long before, I mean, just as an example, if you miss a payment on a credit card, you get a $28 fee at the end of the month. I think maybe we should try to reel in and get this monies earlier, and these penalties imposed, and people won't wait 97 days before they have to pay us. This is a financial issue. I'm all for the penalties, absolutely.
We
The
can,
timeframe.
and we could discuss that, among the board, but.
Thank you, I appreciate
And
that.
see what we can do about it.
Was there a second?
No, we don't.
You need a
Still
second.
need a second.
Oh, you don't need a second.
Still.
When can
Excuse
we
me.
talk that over?
Still need a second to continue this conversation. Did anybody second the
I
motion?
second it.
Thank you.
At the moment, I'll have to see how we can set it up.
Okay. All right, we've got a motion on the floor to accept the motion by Rosemary. And we've got a second. Those in favor? We'll look at getting maybe something done, but at this time we've got to make a motion and accept it as it is right now. Those in favor of accepting the motion? Aye. Okay, or, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carried. Okay, now, Frank, have you got any directors' comments?
I
Any report
got,
from the directors?
on the RV compound, sorry about that. On the RV compound, the monthly walkthrough was on the 11th, and it would be nice to have, I know a lot of people come there. I want to thank Ken Walsh, has done a fine job down there, him and Linda and his committee. And they said it couldn't be done, but he's done it. And I'll tell you outright, he hasn't had a lot of help from our office. And I'll just leave it at that. Thank you.
Rosemary? Nothing at this time? Ken?
I'm good.
Ken's good. Anna?
I'm good with
Anna's good. Ann?
First of all, the welcome, the Fall Festival and Golf Scramble. I want to say that I was on hole 12, and that was the hole-in-one if the men drove the ball from the white for 185 yards and the women from the red at 163 yards. Every team that came by wanted to know what the fee was for that, because every year prior to...
Just 1 second, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but this is a report on the director's reports from the unit reps. We'll do the other under the member comments.
My apologies.
That's okay. Anything from the unit rep? Okay. Okay, and I have nothing right now from the beautification committee either. And before Ann gets into, Gail asked if, because she's got to leave early, asked if she could give us an update on the Fall Festival. So I'm going to turn. Good morning.
Okay. I'm going to report on the Fall Festival, but just a quick, I'd like to thank the ladies of Brookridge for the beautiful Christmas tree that we have out there. They do that every year, and we've updated the tree last year, and it's just beautiful. That's from the ladies of Brookridge. And also the beautification committee, we now have Christmas lights out front, which look really nice right now. Okay, so the Fall Festival. Fall Festival was a huge success. We took in more money than we did last year, and we probably had about 300 residents before the golfers even came in that enjoyed everything that was going on, and saw a lot of happy faces, and a lot of people were very pleased. So I want to thank everybody for coming. And on Saturday alone, we took in $6,973. That was just Saturday alone. So I'm very happy for that. With prizes and things like that, we paid out. So we ended up with about $5,900 just on that day alone. We also have the golfers with their fees. We brought in $3,861 just from their fees. And the ladies of Brookridge, their basket of cheer took in $726. So on the festival for Brookridge was $11,560. And I'd like to thank everyone who came and enjoyed the day. I'd really like to thank the volunteers. We had volunteers that started out at 7 o'clock in the morning, and we're having so much fun that most of them stayed until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I would like to thank all of them that came. And so with our expenses, we will probably end up with about between $8,500 and $9,000. We had a very successful festival, and we will be even better next year. The golf cart was won by Mary Sassoni, and this lady is a non-golfer. She had no golf cart. She was screaming when she heard that she had won. So we want to congratulate Mary Sassoni for winning the golf cart. The Southern Hills Golf package was won by a golfer, and I don't know his name yet. We will have it. And we had a cake baking contest this year. We weren't sure how that was going to go, but it was a huge success. And we had 3 prizes, and what we had was we had judges we had 1 judge from Carrabba's, we had 2 judges from Murphy's Market, and we had Vince Pizzo, and there was 3 prizes that were given out. One was to Vivian Blair for her crazy cake. The second prize was to Kathy Kichowski. She had a drum cake. And the third was to Martha Sugars for her lemon cake. Now these cakes were all from scratch. You couldn't use anything else. You had to go all from scratch. So we will have the final total by the Wednesday night meeting. But I would like to thank everybody, and I believe it was a huge success. Thank you.
Thank you, Will. Thank you so much. Thanks for all your hard work on it. Okay, now, Ann, we'll start down with you.
To continue with Gail's Fall Festival, I worked the 12th hole, which was the hole-in-one. Gentlemen had to drive the ball from the white, which was 185 yards, and the ladies had to drive the ball from the red, which was 163 yards. There were 3 golf carts that the company donated, and sadly to say, no one got a hole-in-one. But every group that came by asked how much money it was to participate in the hole-in-one. And this year, the golf course waived that fee, and everyone was thankful. So that was a huge kudos to the golf course. that they allow these people to shoot the hole-in-one. Just to touch base with you, it's always, we need money, we want money, we have to get money. And when finally the people in the community receive something for nothing, they were totally appreciative. I just want to pass that on. And also, Jackie McCabe with the 1575 for the wonderful job she did on the garage sale. That's a tremendous amount of money, a lot of work, setting up and everything else. Thank you.
I just have a few things that I want to mention. One, I do want to mention that about the Toys for Tots, that we're collecting toys for children. There's a box here and there's a box down in the administration office, so if you can, just maybe get a toy and bring it in for children that don't have as much. I want to take a moment about our Christmas tree. We had quite a few of our ladies here decorating the tree in the afternoon Sunday, and then Sunday night we had the tree lighting. We didn't have a very big turnout, but those that were there, we enjoyed the Christie dancers. They're young people and they dance, and we did some carols. And if you haven't come, you need to come next year because it's a good time, and we always have dessert. I have just a quick little thank you to Vince and his crew. On Veterans Day, I mentioned about a couple of the benches out on the side that looked pretty ratty. And they painted them white, and they really look nice, and I thank you for that. One more thing, the festival. This was the first year that I worked the festival, and I really, really had a good time. And if you've never done it and you want to volunteer, it's a great thing to do, and you meet a lot of people, and it's a lot of fun. So that's all I have to say right now. Thank you.
I also want to add a little bit to the Fall Festival. I was on a committee. I was in charge of the sponsorships for all the holes, if any of you golfers were out there. Most of those signs that I had to go out and get sponsors for. That was part of my commitment to the festival. Linda here, she was also involved. Rosemary was involved on the committee. We were meeting like twice a month, put a lot of work together. The Strattons were very helpful with the car show. That was a big success, and a lot of people really appreciated that car show. Just hats off to Rick there. You did a tremendous job on that. And the people that came out to support, you supported your community. This is a community thing. There's a lot of work that went into this festival, and I'm glad you all that did come out, you appreciated what the committee's done and the volunteers have done, because it was a great commitment. I'm kind of like on both sides of the fence. I'm a golfer, but I'm also was on the committee, so I was caught in between. And I just want to let you all know how important we, the Golf Association, and the Homeowners Association get together and perform such a feat, because we're all in this together. As soon as you come through those gates, it is us. It's not us against them or them against us. The golfers are a big part of that. They increase your assessments, not the paying assessment, but your value of your homes. So it's kind of like a twofold situation. We all work together, and this is why this community is such a great community to live in. So that's all I got to say.
First of all, I'd like to give a shout out to Vince Pizzo. He came in Friday night after bingo, and he and his crew were able to dismantle the tables and get rid of the chairs and set everything up for our festival. They did a phenomenal job. And I'll tell you, Saturday afternoon, the two people that were taking down the tables and chairs, they are whizzes. They had them down in no time. I would like to thank all the residents and clubs that donated to the Chinese auction. It was very successful. We had over 63 donated items, and everybody was pleased with what they won. So I appreciate all the effort that you residents and clubs gave to us for the Fall Festival.
Hello? Yes, I just, well, I was looking for earlier in the minutes of the meeting from November 4th. There is a mistake at the very end. It says, motion by Sajak, second by Smith to adjourn. Motion carried unanimously, 6-0. I didn't see Smith at the end of that meeting, and I certainly didn't vote on it, and I know the two Anns didn't vote on it. There was nobody left after that meeting. So that is a mistake.
I'd like to comment on the Fall Festival on Saturday. Also, I felt a very huge success. I was busy in the kitchen. I did not get out to see some of the other activities, but I had all good reports. The food went well. I do appreciate the golfers that came in towards the end that were very patient, because we did run out of food and we had to go get more food, as well as we made 3 trips to Sam's to pick up. There's no way of judging how many we're going to have for the food, and I appreciate everybody's patience with the running out of food, so thank you for that. I totally thank all the volunteers. It's a lot of fun day. It's a lot of hard work, but it's a fun day. And I truly want to thank the volunteers that stepped up. And again, like they were saying, if you want to volunteer next year, don't think of it as hard work. It's easy. It's getting to meet other people. And if you can only work an hour or 2, or if you need a sit-down job, we try to accommodate everybody. So thank you so much. Now I'll open it up to anybody from Val. We'll start on the right and go to the left. So any member comments?
Val Stratton, Unit 3. I just want to, on the note of volunteers, did anybody notice any cute little decorations today? Okay, well, the social dance is a group of 22 volunteers that decorates for the dance, and sometimes they leave it up so that the rest of the residents can enjoy it for, you'll be enjoying this the whole month of December. So Vince had put in a request, he wanted more color. So we took 2 days and we got him lots of colors, so please enjoy.
Thank you, Val. Ken?
I'm Ken Walls, Unit 4. I want to address first the board, and this is my opinion, that you, the board, let the GM and code enforcement control the last meeting on November the 20th at 7 p.m. as far as keeping order. I even told the GM, good job. The GM even stopped Mr. Matthews 2 or 3 times from asking a question that other board members should have replied on. But the GM cut in and said, let's move on. You are elected officials that we the people to run Brookridge. It means it is your meeting to control, not theirs. They are paid employees who try to control us. It's time for the people to be heard and the board of directors to take back the leadership of Brookridge. Now we're going to get into the RV compound. As chairman of the RV compound, I would like to know why office administration, paid employees, give us a waiting list of people needing a spot in the RV compound, and then come to find out they have a private waiting list that apparently takes priority. Why the secrecy? There needs to be one list. If the board cannot give me answers, I'm sure the GM can, as they are his employees. Also, why does the office administration tell people on the waiting list to call me for a spot in the compound? I'm not a paid employee. Stop playing games. Can I get an answer?
No, sir.
Ken, I've made notes, and I will check it out by the next meeting and get back with you.
I hope so.
Any more member comments on the right-hand side? If not, we'll move to the left-hand side. Anybody on the left-hand side? Carol?
My name is Carol McCarthy, and I think Unit 6, I don't even know. I'd just like to make a comment. I love Toys for Tots. I think that's a great fundraiser. But we have a lot of seniors in this community in Hernando County that are in assisted livings and facilities. And the one thing they need really bad is socks and maybe light throws for the bed. If we could, as a community, maybe donate socks to those facilities. There's many in the community. You could pick one that you like, but they're always looking for socks, and maybe light throws, bed throws, maybe blankets if you're a knitter or crocheter. That's one thing that I feel strongly about. I bring lots of socks around, so in case you didn't know that, we could do that also. And the second thing is the people who are on the violation list, who are pending losing their privileges. If you could please go through that list and find out one that may not be a major infraction, I would like to pay their fines for them for Christmas. So if you would please get back to me, thank you.
Thank you, Carol. And your donations for the socks and that, the ladies of Brookridge are having their Christmas party, and one of their things to bring for the Christmas party for the ladies of Brookridge is items for the nursing homes.
Okay, great.
So we do donate to the nursing homes.
Thank you. I didn't know that. So, and I know I do that personally. So I know a lot of people, we get caught up in the season,
Okay.
but they really do. Socks is a big thing. Other the toiletries they provided, but
Yeah.
socks seem to be, or slippers, not.
Yeah, we have a list of items that they need. So okay, Petrona.
I probably need a microphone.
As we all know. I'm Patrona Turman, Unit 3. I'm the president of the Ladies of Brookridge, and yes, that was what I wanted to say, what Linda said, so I'm going to pick up on that a little bit. As the president, I'm going to make an executive decision, and I hope it's okay with my club, that if anyone in the community would like to drop off slipper socks or any item that is wrapped and marked male or female, that we can take to the nursing home, I will put a box in my office, which is right here around the corner, and we will collect from anyone in the community who would like to do so. Thank you.
Thank you, Petrona. Yeah, Marge.
Marge Roloff, Unit 4. Helping Hands, every year we donate to Tangerine Cove. Doug and I went to Webster yesterday, bought 324 pairs of white socks for the Tangerine Nursing Home, and we also have $134 for the youth center socks that we purchased for them. And we do donate lap robes and throws, and if anybody in the community ever needs one, we give it at no charge. So just give us a call. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Barb. I think Brookridge really does try to help out our nursing homes and assisted living homes. Anybody else with member comments at all? Back in the back.
Dave Geelan, Unit 4. I just got a couple of questions. You're talking about possibly increasing fees and fines on late people, and it needs to be sometime in a workshop. My knowledge from reading what you put out here, this is a workshop. Why wouldn't you schedule that to be discussed here so the community could have input rather than you deciding and then the community being unhappy afterwards? I thought this was a meeting for the community to input what you discussed. That's what used to be done at these workshops that I came to. Number 2, one of the board of directors raised an issue about the minutes being wrong. I do not know what rules you're functioning under. If you're functioning underneath Robert's rules, your vote is negated, and you have to go back and you have to correct them, and you have to re-vote. Why aren't we, what rules are we operating under? Does anyone even know? The other item I would like to know is when the votes were counted. Even if I don't know who counted them, where were they counted here, please? What room?
What votes are you talking about on that?
The votes for the budget that just passed.
They're voted, or they're counted up at the admin office.
My understanding, my wife counted votes for years and years, all right? It was always done in room D. It was Tuesday. The Pinnacle Club was always removed from the room. When the people went to count the votes, only the people counting the votes were allowed in the room, and the reason it was in room D was because it is all able to be recorded. Why was there suddenly a change? Is that process part of our rules of the organization, or did somebody just make a decision they wanted votes counted in a manner that the community would not be aware of?
It's recorded, and it's been up in the admin building for several years.
For the budget.
Is the recording available to the community?
Is what available?
Is the recording available to the community?
Written request. Written request.
No problem.
With a written request?
Just a written request to you for it? That's fine.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ray. Okay, any other member comments?
I have one.
Frank?
I just want to know why Miss Ellison was not allowed at the last meeting to do a point of order.
We hadn't even opened up the meeting at the time she got up and started to comment, and she needed to hold that for member comments.
That is not a member comment. That's in Robert's rules, and she did it correctly.
Okay, any other comments? Rich?
It works. Rich Stratton, Unit 3. If you're not busy next Sunday morning by 8 o'clock in the morning, if it's kind of cold out or not, I'd like to ask you to come by for breakfast with Santa. He's going to be here. And the Toys for Tot bag, the box over here, I hope we see that. I was at the last meeting here on Wednesday, I dragged the box out on the floor. You know what people did? They walked by, looked at 2 gifts. I was ashamed of myself. I was ashamed of myself to even sit there. The men's club was donating 200 hours worth of gifts for the Toys for Tots, and I, as president of Social Dance, they usually have a meeting. I'm going to foreclose the meeting and say, I want to give it $200 also. I want to fill the boxes. These are kids. These are their future. It's their future. I understand how we do it. We have grandchildren. And I play Santa Claus. And the boy's on my lap sitting there and he says, you know, Santa Claus, I got 1 gift this year coming. 1. I know grandpas that give 20 gifts. It's amazing, isn't it? Little boy's so happy with 1 gift. So be sure to stop by with Santa Claus. If you have a child, meaning grandson, whatever, and Santa's sitting over there, give him a little list, okay, in his hand, the boy's name, girl's name, because they sit in your lap and you mention their name or their mother's name, they're amazed. How does Santa know that? So if you have a chance, stop by. We got the best stuff doing the deal here. I sure appreciate it. And I want to thank Ken and the group, the board for the car show. We did a good job. I was out there at 6:30 in the morning putting everything together, and the guys all had a good time. Appreciate that very much. Thank you.
Thank you for all your hard work on the car show. It was a success. Thank you. Okay, if there's no more member comments, oh, Ann?
To the gentleman, Dave, that had concerns about the vote. I was at the closing of the clubhouse with the night of the votes. I personally taped that box, sealed it. Security brought that box to the office that evening. The next morning, I arrived at the admin building and removed the tape that I had sealed the box with.
Okay. Dave?
Thank you for responding to that. I think everybody can hear my voice. Will the board answer the question about what they're going to do about the past vote if the minutes were wrong? And according to one of your directors, the minutes are wrong.
We'll check into that, Dave. Thank you. Okay, make a motion to adjourn. Rosemary?
Val, you didn't mention about a dance. And Val and Rich and myself and my husband and the 22 of us that volunteer for the social dance, this Saturday's dance is a sellout. We have no seats available. And from what I understand, we only have 10 tickets left for New Year's Eve. So if you want to come for, even if you just want to come and have the meal, you don't want to stay for dancing, you're welcome. We're going to have a 5-course meal catered by John Mason. So get in touch with Val.
Okay. Make a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Seconded? And second. Okay, motion and meeting adjourned.
All in favor?